past, like on the 16 through 19 model Explorer, and they changed them a little bit. So not a huge difference. The seals come in a little bit closer too. Tint Pro, every time I say Avery Dennison doesn't pay me anything. Unfortunately. So the only two advertising are, or the only few, I guess. Glass 8's my own thing. But Tint Wiz and Tint Depot, those are my channel sponsors. They help support this whole endeavor. Because we just went with this multi-streaming thing too. That's actually something that I have to pay for in order to do. Avery Dennison's GT. Actually, we might have a, actually they do. They committed to providing film for a class in the near future. So pretty sure we're gonna be running it out of Florida. We're just gonna have to double check everything. So I don't wanna make like a crazy announcement or anything for it right now. But yeah, I'm hoping to have like a 3-day training event coming up like March of next year. So it's very different. Like you have different types of companies, right? You have big corporations, you have smaller businesses, and not a ton in between. And tinting is a very smaller niche. So I think they'll smarten up a little bit. But to be honest, it'll be a little challenging with the film company, because one thing that I don't want to do is like create any type of a bias with like a film company. So I want to pick them because I want to pick them. I don't want to like switch to film because they like want advertising. So that's just me personally. All right, so let's cut out this top edge. So far, nothing weird about like the cuts. All the doors are pretty straightforward. But I like that they finally redesigned it. Oh, I wanted to go over the interior too, because they put like a cool screen. 2016 Audi S4 amp problem. Ooh. The S series is just extremely special. So use as little water as possible. Put towels down. Just try and cover everything up. If you have to put a soak rope in the back window, do that. I have not done one recently, but I have tinted like an S7. It was like whatever the Audi with the hatch is. I've done a bunch of those, and I've done the S4s too as well, but I haven't done one recently, so I don't know if there's any like recent changes, but that car is just a special beast. Tim Pro asks, what is our highest temperature in summertime? We get up into the 90s, but very briefly. So we're usually like, we can be in the high 80s for a little bit, but this past winter or past summer was very bizarre. Like we didn't get hot heat until July. We're usually hot in June. But yeah, it definitely took a while to get up there. So let's set up these. What I like to do on pretty much all vehicles is take care of my roll downs and then worry about quarter windows and back windows. So the first thing we're going to be doing is these doors. Question is, do you need any type of license to buy tint film? Some companies will ask for like a business license, but it's not near as strict as it used to be. Like the companies, a lot of them are just going for sales. So if you call them up and you're willing to put, you know, just any order in, like they're willing to send you film. Somebody asked, how much do we usually charge for SUVs? A little bit more than a sedan. So probably the 280, 300 range for like a full SUV. And that's kind of like a broad range too. We blanket like the smaller Jeep Grand Cherokees in there with the like a Ford Expeditions or a, you know, a Suburban, something longer. Yeah, Deadlift asks about shrinking the back window with a spoiler. This has one. So I will show you firsthand. I also have a video on my channel, a Dodge Caravan, that has a little bit, gonna be a little bit more detailed on the video. So go ahead and check that one out. That also has a spoiler lip with a curved back window. And you'd run into the same problem. Like, if you have these spoilers on these Explorers and stuff, you're gonna have, like, it's the same ones as it's the same idea as like a Ford Focus or something. They're all gonna get in your way. They're all gonna give you small headaches, and I don't remove any of them. Because you don't need to. That's why. If I don't absolutely have to, then, like, if it's not easy, I won't do it. That might go with a lot of things in life. Unless, like, I'm really interested in the topic. Like live streaming. Jaybird asks, does liner to liner help with the film sliding? I don't think so. I don't think it's much different. I know like the tint side will stick to itself a little bit better. So there might be something there. And to be honest, that would be the smarter way to double cut without risk of damaging it, because right now I have the tint side facing out and the tint side facing in as I'm double cutting these. So if I just squeegee over this and I'm not careful, I have a risk of scratching the film side. So the way to prevent that with shrinking is obviously peel these apart. But the one reason I leave the film side out and the film side in, facing this way, is so I literally can do this. That's quicker. What's up, Diamond? Diamond, you're the... If I remember right, you're the guy that private messaged me about Expel stuff, right? Just making sure that I remember that right. I won't call anything out. I was just trying to remember. If not, apologize. But I think so. Okay. So I have, yeah, Diamond. Okay, cool. Awesome. It's really cool to be able to put like faces with usernames and stuff like that. So awesome. All right. So yeah, my hair's a mess. I've been wearing a hat all day, so forgive me. But I have like a huge favor to ask you guys. I need you guys to go on the Facebook stream and just share the hell out of it. Like share it to any relevant groups, auto groups, I don't care. Probably the tint groups would work best, but like it would mean a lot because I've got, so if you go on my Tint Stuff page, that's where you'll see the stream on Facebook. But if you share it for me, I'm doing this little technical experiment because my first live stream that I ran on Facebook got a lot of attention and a lot of reach and stuff. It got like 10,000, not views, it did 3,000 views, 10,000 impressions. And then my follow-up live stream yesterday, it basically bombed on Facebook. So what I'm wondering is, the only difference was I asked people to share it. So it'll actually just bring a lot of clarity to how Facebook works. So if you guys go on my page now, please share this live stream to whatever groups that you want to share it to, and we'll do a follow-up with the analytics and stuff like that, because this would actually help out everybody, because Facebook does this so much like suppression unless you pay for like views and stuff like that. So they work a little bit backwards compared to a lot of platforms, but I really, really want to know. So if from this point we get like a huge spike in viewership, that'll be because of you guys. So please, please, please share it and tell me that you shared it, and I'll be sure to call you out on stream, or, you know, in a nice way, like thank you. So, all right, with that being said, let's get back to the stream. Jaybird says, ask and you shall receive. Man, that would mean so much, because it's crazy. So we're gonna shrink these, and we're gonna snap shrink them. But just the sheer difference between the two, it's like something's up. It's either because I haven't gone live on Facebook in a long time, actually ever, or it's that it was shared a lot. All right, there's a good question here. Jerry says, tinted new body style 2 weeks ago, been tinting mobile since 1987. Wow, that's awesome. Steven Seagal says, so cool seeing 50 people live here. Yeah, it's like incredibly encouraging. And I'm wondering what the hell is up with Facebook. So we're just snap shrinking these, nothing unusual. That's the thing about these streams, is they're gonna start blurring a little bit. Dope. So those are shrunk, ready to install. Have I, you're asked, have I done PPF? Yes, I have. And I actually made a video. I've done a couple PPF videos. So I got one from like a long time ago that's on the channel, and then one that's on a Corvette ZR1. And that had been a long time since I've done PPF. But I'm likely not to make another video for PPF anytime soon. And the reason being is just the viewership wasn't there. And it was a lot of work. Look at this. Look at this whole interior. This is like, the screen's different. This little cubby's different. This placement of the push button is definitely bizarre. Like, it's flat. It's weird. And then they went to like a turn dial, which I don't like the turn dial shifters. It's weird. Deadlift asked if I can reverse roll it. If it was like an SUV, or not an SUV, I'm sorry. You know, I might be able to reverse roll one of the quarter windows. It's not necessary, and I never do it on SUVs. It's more for like windshields and back windows. On like back windows on like sedans and stuff, and coupes, ones that have some space, because I'm not the best at reverse rolling on like back windows, but I've gotten much better on the windshields, which I have done on the live streams actually. So I'm double checking in case. Oh my God, I was literally gonna ask if anybody shared it. And then, you deserve a big thank you. I totally missed your name, but I'm gonna, Alensky just shared it. Thank you, much appreciated. That right there, that'll give me some huge insight to what's going on with like the behind the scenes on the platforms. So whenever I started tinting the passenger door window, so when I got that call out, that's awesome. Because it's like, I could go on and on about analytics, and some of you guys might get tired of it. CJ asked, what was I scrubbing the window with? That is called the Tri-Edge Scrub It. And it's got just a white scrubby on it. They sell their own scrubby pads too that are actually really good. But I use something special on it called Squeaky Monkey. And the Squeaky Monkey is really good. It's like basically a glass scrub, so there's a little abrasive in it. It gets rid of hydrophobic coatings, and it also helps the film slide better. So like I'm using Avery NR, and NR is a little bit sticky. So it makes installations a little bit simpler, and it also, like, I've found deep scrubbing the glass gives you a little bit cleaner result too. Chuck Norris doesn't tint glass, he bruises it. Somebody asked, what do I think of AliExpress tint? I actually have not used, well, actually that's not true. I ordered 6 rolls off of Alibaba, so I guess that's AliExpress. Literally the cheapest stuff I could find. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Main reason is because I got it to fade with the lamp in like 4 days. So I guess I should do a bad film comparison video, like bad film, cheap film versus professional film. But that was like, they'll be good for like practice, right? So if you want to pick up some cheap film and just play around with it and you're not concerned about longevity, you'll be fine. Problem is when you put like a really cheap film on your car and then like a year or two, like a year and a half, to actually really just a year down the road or sooner, the film will either change color, distort, bubble, and it can be really expensive and such a hassle to remove. So that's a simplistic like reason why cheap film is not great. So it'll create problems for you down the road. But it'll still darken your car, and it'll still look okay. The color won't be amazing, but it'll get it done. All right, let's tuck this. Kind of. This is another one of those Fords that they put the seals like really far down there, and they're loose. Like they're stupid loose again. Like Ford doesn't care about bottom door seals at all. So let's just wipe this down. We gotta do something about door covers. I still have something that I can do. Somebody asked, do I use Squeaky Monkey on the back glass with the scrub pad? No, I exclusively use them on the doors, and I only use it from like here up, and I can go over that a little bit more on the next window. Good question though. Yeah, I've had a difficult time trying to wipe the abrasive out of the defroster lines. So it's just been it's just been really annoying. Sometimes I get a clean install, and then other times, even though I wipe the back window a bunch with that abrasive, trying to remove it all I can, I still get some. So I currently don't use any of the Tri-Edge Scrub It pads because I had a bunch of white ones, so I just cut those down. But I should honestly look into their scrub pads. I have felt them compared to the white ones, and they are like, they feel better. So I think it's worth looking into them. I just haven't. Like, I haven't used them personally, but they have like a brown one that's lighter and a blue one that's a little bit more aggressive, and I probably go for the slightly more aggressive one. But there we go. There's one window. That's done. We'll do the other side. I forgot where I put my coffee. Ellen asked, how much was a spray tank that I used? Let's see. So this is a 3-gallon tank. I bought that from 44tools.com a long time ago. Like 2013? Because it's got a 2013 mark on it. Pretty sure it was right before I signed on to Go Mobile. And at the time, I think it was 250 bucks. They have since gone up in price. But even at the prices that they're selling them now, they're 100% worth it. I mean, you can figure out your own DIY way to put one together, but I mean, shit, they're really not charging that much more for it, for how long it'll last you. So if you notice, I just scraped the bottom, so like you can clearly see a difference here. So I used just a scraper card, rough up the bottom, and then I thoroughly cleaned this. And the reason for that is because I really don't want the abrasive to go into the side seals or anything. It's okay, like you can do the whole window. I've had a couple of times where the lower corners will collect that abrasive, and then I didn't clean it out properly when I went to install the film, and then I got up like, you know, a pile of sand essentially. So I just like cleaning the main portion of the window with it, and it seems to do a really, really good job. So, big fan. I wasn't at first. I didn't want to use it, and now I literally scrub every roll down window with it. It's awesome. And I think this bottle is like lasted me like all year. Well, like half a year, I think is when I got the bottle. Just a little bit. Deadlift switch from 1-ply to 2-ply. It'll make a big difference in your toilet paper. But yeah, so 2-ply window film, it's more rigid, and any company that is putting like doing ceramic and carbons and all that, it's like all of them are like 1.5 mil films, or quote unquote 2-ply. So it's just more material that they can work with. But yeah, I like any film, like most people sell it. I think SolarGuard's one of the only companies that sell the majority of their film as 1-ply still. And I'm not sure why that is. At least major company. Fantastic. Look at that. Look at that top edge. That's so crispy. Wow. Like 70 people on YouTube. That's awesome. Thanks everybody for being here. I guess there's something about Fridays. Also, that's kind of my schedule too. Like yesterday was an off day, but we don't really have like that established of a program here. Like I haven't been doing this for months and months, so just a couple. But I have a ton of fun with these. These are great. It also keeps me like focused on some level. Like we need to get this done. customers actually waiting on this too. So like, I got here at 9 and my appointment actually didn't show up. And then this was an 11:30 appointment and they showed up at 11:30. Literally at the exact same time, a walk-in came in for 2 doors. So I wasn't about to turn away 2 doors. I actually wanted to do both on stream, but I didn't have time to set it up at that point. Because it was a surprise. I was getting it ready for the Explorer. So what should we do? Sorry, I missed the name, but somebody asked what I think about 3M. So I don't have an extensive history with 3M. I have used their FX series and I have used their Color Stable series a while ago. I need to borrow a shop light here. So we're gonna do these back quarters first on the doors. So 3M FX, it was sitting on the shelf for a while. And then I went to install it because we ran out of like what we usually use. This was years ago. So it's probably changed by now. But literally the FX stuff rolled off of the windows, like past the borders of the back window. So tinted the whole thing, looked good, pulled it outside, came out half an hour later, and it was completely curled off the back window. And like we had to redo the entire back windows on everything that we did. They probably, like, that's just was my experience. Like, I'm sure it's better, or else there'd be like a huge outrage still and nobody would use it, right? The 3M Color Stable seemed fine, except it was like unusually blue. And I don't know why. Like, CJ said he came across this channel when he saw my Walmart video. You know, I appreciate that. That's exactly why I made a video like that. It's like broader videos, and that video just exploded. It was really cool to see. But thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you like the channel. But yeah, 3M was a little excessively blue. So if I'm ever to do like a full car, it would be okay, but you can't do like the front windows of this to match the back because it'll be such a stark contrast in color. So I'm not a fan of that. Have I used Johnson's film? No, I have not actually. That's a simple answer. I actually don't know much about them at all. They're like one of the few brand name films that have like kind of skipped by. The main ones I hear about now are like Global, Avery, Lumar, Suntech, Solar Guard. Those are pretty staple brands. And like there's a bunch in there, like Scorpion 2, Solar FX, they're one, Geo Shield. So hopefully this will line up good. We're gonna find out. I'm pretty sure I have to loosen up the seals on the inside just a bit. These quarter windows used to be way more difficult, and I almost wish it was an older one so I could show you guys how I figured out how to do them. But I did make a post on my Facebook group, but it is long buried, so. But if you do search, if you go on my Facebook group and you search Ford Explorer quarter windows, you'll find it. Welcome, Brandon. Oh, somebody says they've found me from Patrick's channel. Yeah, so Patrick Latman, I'll send some love back his way. Y'all know I'm, well, those of you that are regulars anyways, know that I'm good friends with Patrick of the Window Tinting Business group and channel. So, if you want to check out another tinting YouTube channel, he makes good stuff. We talk for hours and hours about YouTube shit. It's tough, man. It's a tough game, but it's a lot of fun. All right, so let's slap this guy in here and see where he lands. Oh, JK asked what was I doing with the blade. So I used a 30-degree carbon blade, and all I was trying to do is loosen up the inside seal because it's a rubber set, but we have a slight ceramic border. But if I can loosen up the edges just a little bit, in case one of my edges is long, right? So as I'm trying to slide this into place, like some of your edges might be like a hair wide or a hair short. You just need that little bit extra space. So if you take a blade and like not cut the rubber, but like literally try and trim it, not like peel it away from making contact with the ceramic border, the film will slide in between that very, very small gap. And that's exactly what we just did. Very little bit needed to go in there. But I use that as like, you know, because we're trying to line up our bottom edge correctly. We're trying to line everything up correctly, but you usually need like a little bit of wiggle room. So that's exactly what I was doing on the older Explorers, except there was literally no ceramic border on those. It was just straight into rubber, and it made it really, really annoying to try and tint those. Neat. This looks good. I'm happy with it because they stand out like a sore thumb. If you got a little light gap on the back of like a limoed out vehicle, especially from this angle. You could do it with a 60-degree blade too. It didn't have to be a 30, but the 30 carbon steels, they're a harder steel and they're sharper and they hold up a little bit better. So you can see that angle just will help you out a little bit more to get up into those tight corners. But you could still manage it with a 60-degree. That would be okay. So I don't feel like you can't do it if you only have the 60s. But the 30s are like super cheap. You can get those for like 10 bucks for like 100 NT ones on Amazon. Oh, it's so funny. I pull out something that people haven't seen. Everybody asks. Like, so this is literally like a cheap soft squeegee, and I just cut it down. That's all I did. And like you'll see them all over like eBay and Amazon. So it was just like one of these squeegees, and they're soft. And the softness is actually really good to help it, like, I don't know. I like them better than the turbos is basically what I'm trying to say. All the little angled ones, to me, they leave too many streaks behind. Taking like an actual, like I used to cut down my Blue Maxes, taking an actual like used squeegee blade and cutting it down smaller makes great quarter window squeegees. Because I can't get this in here, like kind of a little bit, but it's not necessarily clean strokes. All right, so let's toss this over here and get started on the other side. What are you doing down here? So that's one side up to there, done. Got one side done, got question answers done. Moving on, side two. Let's put my hat back. Oh, I put my stuff in the back door. Okay, so we got 14 people on Facebook. Well, it's more than we had. But that first one, maybe that's what they do. I'm running back to get my coffee. I need some coffee. So the analytics are just like crazy to me. So Facebook always is like notorious lately for suppressing your content. So I guess it might not be the sharing. If you are new to the stream though, and you go to my Facebook page, Tint Stuff Facebook page, we can still try it again. If you guys want to share this, I'll check to see how many people shared it after after the stream is over. But also shout it out if you did, so I can thank you. But yeah, it's just an interesting experiment because the first one blew up. Way more interaction on the first one. So sorry, I drown on about analytics, but it's incredibly important as a creator. Or maybe everybody just came over to YouTube, because YouTube is better. Alright, so again, scrape the bottom, pull up the bottom edge, give a deep sigh because we have that notorious Ford timer, so the car shut off, and then roll down your window, spray it off, scrub it, listen to the squeak. Yeah, the Facebook quality isn't necessarily that great either. Deadlift asks, have I ever had a customer come back because of a ticket? Yeah, but it's pretty rare. Most people get to ride around. Most people get away with it for a while. But I do have an interesting story. There's this guy with an old car. It was like an 80s Lincoln. He rebuilt it with his son, and then they got it tinted. And it was like a pain in the ass to do, and we charged more for it. And then they pulled out of the parking lot and then got pulled over for the tint immediately. It was so sad. It's like, oh no, I don't want to have to take it off. It's like such a uplifting story until the very end. Line it up. How does a deadlift ask, how does a tint warranty work? So the way it's supposed to work is if you have like a manufacturer issue with the film, they replace the film. If it's installed on the car, they're supposed to comp you some for the film, and if you buy from like a better company, they also will comp you for installation or part of the installation or something like that. So like Lumar's a really good example. They'll comp you for like the entire install plus the removal process. So if it costs you 300 something bucks to replace the Lumar film, then that's what they'll pay you. But if you, some companies will only send you like extra film. They'll replace the film. They won't do labor or anything like that. So every company's warranties are different. Me personally, I'd expect Avery to foot the bill up to a certain point, which they say that they do. But I haven't had any like film failures with them, which is a good thing because it's something you never want to experience no matter what. And so the other part of it is if it's an installation error, I never charge a customer. I just take care of the problem. So like if there's a little bit of dirt in one window, if a window peels down the road, we take care of it. And I don't care what the company does, you just take care of it. Because the last thing you want is like to try and collect money for redoing a job. It's bad business. If it's a film that you installed, not necessarily your fault, but if it's a film you installed and a customer's got an issue with it, you got to take care of them. If not, then like it's just it sucks. It sucks for them, and it's going to reflect poorly on you for future business potential. All right, so we got this quarter window, and then we got this front door to do. Neat. But Lumar is not cheap. Yeah, exactly. They're not cheap, which is part of the Lumar experience. So on the one hand, you can save money and buy a cheaper film and put that money towards possible redos. Or you can spend more money to be with a bigger brand that's supposed to have a better quality film that'll take care of you in the future. That's a personal decision that you have to make. In my expert opinion right now, there's not very many people that actually leverage the companies that they buy film from. So they don't really, like, if I get a customer walking in, the vast majority of them are not walking in because I'm carrying a specific film. They found me because I had good reviews, or they found me because I popped up in their feed, good advertising, you know, any one of those things. Very few people, like, you know, when you go into a Best Buy and you want to buy an Apple or Samsung phone or, you know, Apple Store or whatever, you're going off the brand. It doesn't often work that way for window film. All right, we got a small, we started trailing with this cut, so we need to fix it. There we go, it's better. Have I tried Helios film? Yeah, I have. It's good. I don't like to bring them up as the only example because there's more, but in general, like, same thing with the carbon film. It's still got that low angle haze to it. They're a solid company. They'll back you up. They're not quite as, like, you know, they don't have the capacity to comp you for a job, but their film is also not vastly expensive. They're more of, like, I guess, a better budget solution for, like, ceramics and stuff. But yeah, it's been decent. It's lasted a while, the type of film. Where is my light? That is a good question right now, because I swear we tossed it in here and now I don't have it. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't my light. Which is even scarier. So I know it's not back here, but that'll give me some more light. There's a baby. Oh, this is really tragic. Like, very, very tragic. It's either tossed on... Oh my god, I see it. I knew it. I knew it was on this side, but I couldn't find it. I found it. It's right here. God damn it. Jeremy B says all customers care about is how much it will cost. They don't know anything about window film. Yeah, it's pretty true. And I'd argue the biggest problem is companies, like, you know, the only company people will ask about is 3M. It's by and large what most people ask for, unless they happen to do a little Googling into, like, the top window film companies. However, it's like the companies need to create brand awareness for themselves. It shouldn't be on you, the shop. You should be able to leverage their advertising to the consumer. So if somebody comes into your shop, like, I mean, every film company should have some sort of a dealer locator on their website, but how much traffic does that actually drive to you as a company? That's something that's that's like really sad. I could probably drive more traffic to specific shops than they can right now. Except they, like, organically. So that's something to think about. They would have to pay for that advertising off their own stuff. But as a big corporation, they make the majority of their money from selling film to you, and so they put all their money into reps and having people come out to you and talk to you as a company, and then they don't do any back-end advertising. Very few companies do back-end advertising like that to consumers. I think I gotta give an honorable mention though to Suntech right now though. So they're owned by Eastman Chemical Company, which owns Lumar. So, but they're giving Suntech a more flexible advertising. One thing that Suntech did with their paint protection film is they reached out to Supercar Blonde to bring PPF, the idea of it, to more consumers. Which is like, if you got a bunch of people watching a supercar channel, that's like a genius move on their part. So I want to encourage anything like that because they really need to do that for people. I mean, like, one of the reasons why we carried 3M for a bit, like years ago, was because if anybody came in asking for a film, it was 3M. But it was like so few and far between that it didn't make sense. But I've heard different stories about their flat glass, but don't quote me on that, because I'm not flat glass. Did somebody ask how much I would charge for a Silverado? Similar to a sedan, they're pretty much the same. Well, like, I'd argue a truck's a little easier, but like bigger windows, so use a little bit more film, and it's easy to just charge like you do a sedan. But the extended, like, SUVs, when you get into like additional windows, Jaybird asks, is this a Harbor Freight light? Yes, it is. It's $30 and it's awesome. This shop actually introduced me to them. Yeah, it's nice. It's got an awesome battery life. It's bendy. And yeah, it's bright as fuck. So charges off a micro USB, which I wish it charged off of like the Apple charger at this point, because there's USB-C, but the majority of people that roll in here have like lightning chargers for iPhones. How about that? Oh, here's one. So this one's the shop's and this one's mine. Okay, so I did have it back here. Cool. So we're gonna put this back. Yeah, somebody should do that. Just put a lightning adapter on your light. Because, like, that's what everybody has. Everybody's got Apple chargers. Oh, we forgot this one. I'm getting all set for the back. I forgot the driver's door. Anthony asks, where's your shop located? I don't have my own yet. I'm working on finding a garage space. But that's going to be at, like, wherever I decided to rent. And then we'll make, like, a little small business out of that and expand out. But this is in, this shop's in Sterling Heights, Michigan, though. It's called Symbol. Autonomous, welcome. It's good to have you. It's all right. We never know when this party's gonna get started. Oh, thank you. Let me grab a towel. Thank you for the water spot. So let me, sorry. Ooh, that's bad. Hi. Thank you for that. God, that would like, that like ruins the stream to me. Thank you for mentioning that. I appreciate it. Blurry spot on the lens. All right, so where are we at? You guys are all there. Hi. How much battery do you have? Okay. So, oh, this laptop is terrible battery life. I've had it for a while though. So did anybody actually share this to like, okay, there were a couple people that shared it. Shared it from the page itself to a group. Sorry, guys. But I don't know unless somebody mentions something. Nobody even shared it to my group. Holy shit. All right, we got some problems here. Okay. We're going to do one more ask. I know I mentioned this, so those of you that have tuned in long enough to see this stream from the beginning know I already asked this, but we're doing a little analytic experiment with Facebook. So I need anybody to go to the Facebook page, the Tint Stuff Facebook page, and you'll see the same live stream happening. It's broadcasting to a few different places. But if you could share it from the Facebook group, or from my Facebook page to like my Facebook group and maybe other ones if you want to, I would greatly appreciate it. Ugh, that would be hugely helpful. And reason being, like I said before, is I think Facebook is favoring posts that have been shared. Either you pay money or you share the posts. So if we don't see any changes in the viewership or analytics or anything, then we're just going to go with, oh, they just want you to pay regardless. But it would also just make me really happy, and I'll definitely call you out as a thank you. Because like all these analytics are like, y'all should be super interested or knowledgeable of the way all these platforms work. And I'm figuring out Facebook right now. Whoa. Whoa. Hernandez just shared it to 5 groups? Oh, dude. Thank you so much. That's oh, you're the best. That's incredibly encouraging. Thank you. I mean, they're all just looking at memes and stuff anyways. So they might as well, we might as well learn something, right? But yeah, so my theory is, again, if it's shared more, obviously like more people get exposure to it, right? But there's a stark contrast between what happened with the last 2 live streams. So I'm trying to narrow that down. Maybe we'll talk about analytics a lot more on some future streams. I don't know. I don't know how much people are interested, but dude, it's like, it's crazy. Look at that. That looks nice. What are those red marks on the door? These ones? I don't see any on the inside. They have the little they have the little touch thingies, like the code to unlock the car. Other than that, I don't see red. Somebody says analytics are super interesting. Well, that's awesome. Good, because it's like vitally important to like your whole business. And I don't know a ton about local analytics yet, but I'm learning. Facebook is probably the best local, and like Facebook / Instagram are really good for local. YouTube is great for global, unless you title your stuff. But okay, so I'm gonna talk just a little bit about. So I've talked a little bit about the way Facebook, like I think it might be working. Facebook's pay to win, so they want you to boost your posts. And the way they get you to do that is by actually having a business. And you can like target your demographics and stuff like that. So that's insanely helpful. But I always gravitate towards platforms with organic reach, and YouTube is still like one of the only ones with it. So one of the most interesting things that I found out recently with Facebook, if you go through any of your video analytics, what you're gonna find is click-through rate. That is the most important thing right now. So if you have a click-through rate of 7 to like 12%, your video should do pretty well. If you have a click-through rate of 3%, it's not gonna do very well. And the two ways that you increase your click-through rate is basically like creating an advertisement for your video. So you have to make your thumbnails interesting and good and eye-catching. And then you have to have a title that's intriguing. Either intriguing or very searchable. So like one of the first things that I did very early on was when I was making window tint videos was make broad videos, like how to tint a door window, how to shrink a back window. And there was nobody that was out there yet. So those videos have placed themselves very well and still get really good traffic, even though they're like way old. So the way to really break this down and simplify what YouTube is Google is an advertising company. They make money by serving you ads. So as you watch things, they serve you more ads. So what they want to do is show you the least amount of things and get you to click on the most amount of stuff. So you watch the most amount of ads possible. So if you make a very clickable thing and they show it to 5,000 people, if you make a video and it's the best video in the world, right? But it's got a shitty title and thumbnail, nobody's gonna see it. But if you make a subpar video with a good, catchy title and thumbnail, and it's interesting, the world will see it. Because they got to show people more ads. So that's the gist of what YouTube is doing right now, and probably has been for a while. But holy shit, come on. Facebook went from 5 people to 40? Bro. Get the hang on. Let me look. There you have it. Right fucking there. Shared Facebook content is basically confirmed as the most viewed content unless you pay for it. That right there completely proves my theory. There was sustainably anywhere from 5 to 15 people. And now we have 40 off of me mentioning it and somebody sharing it to 5 groups. Unless somebody shared it to more places. That's incredible. Dude, like this is exactly what I'm talking about. That's game changing to know. So now you have to make things that are very shareable to other people. And like if you look on my page, just go through my, like, I don't know if you guys can actually see how many views some of my stuff get, but last week or yesterday's live stream is abysmal. Like we have like 250 views on that, and the first one did 3,000 views and 10,000 impressions. So thank you guys so much for those of you that shared. You literally just changed the direction of this video, like the impact that it has. That's incredibly powerful. Oh, it's so cool. I gotta make a video. I gotta make a video about both YouTube and Facebook analytics. Because that right there, that's like, oh, that's so crazy. I love it. It's like just figuring out a complicated puzzle. So welcome everybody from Facebook to the stream. That's awesome. All right, so we're continuing on with this. We're gonna do these, cut out these back window quarters, and because somebody asked me very nicely, I think I might reverse roll one of them. I'm pretty sure Jaybird, I heard, ask me about the liner slipping. I wish I had a good answer for that. I'm not, like, it happens to me too sometimes. So, unfortunately, it might slip a little bit. If I keep a looser roll, it doesn't seem to slip as much, but I'm probably just, like, not that good. Watching from Maine. Welcome. Oh yeah, for those of you that don't know too, I have text-to-speech enabled, so when you leave comments and stuff, I hear them. So this is a whole interactive experience. Welcome to mind-blowing IRL at work streams. All right, heat gun. I wish this was more shareable on YouTube. I think there's like 2 changes I would love for YouTube. First would be to take the Facebook groups and give each channel their own group page. And the second change would be to make videos more shareable on their own platform in a way that would get people interested. So like I can share it on my community, but you guys have no way to natively share it on the platform with anybody else. Like it's really sad. I think they tried some stuff, but it failed. But Facebook has like a feed, and when you share it, it pops up in everybody's feed. It's way more powerful. Whoa! I missed the name, I'm sorry, but somebody in the chat just said that they learned a lot from me, and people in his areas love his work, and he tells them that I was the one that showed him a lot. Thank you, that means a lot. So I really appreciate that. It's a lot of hard work doing these videos and stuff, and that right there is like the reason I really, really like doing this type of stuff. It's like being able to, like, I'm not worried about business drying up anytime soon. If anything, it's like there's been more business for everybody. Like it's just the more people that find out about tint, the better. And the more people that learn, the more we all help each other improve. It's been really cool. If anybody here has watched Gary Vee, they know that whole theory on like sharing everything that you know, and it'll come back tenfold. It's a good motto to live by. All right. Okay. Well, I got a sec, so let's reverse roll this. Normally I wouldn't reverse roll a window. Oh, no, let me do the other one. Oh my God, I missed it. So I peeled it and set it in the truck. So this is how I usually do these. We just peel the whole thing, we spray it, so we don't have to like jump in and out of the vehicle, and then we install it. Oh no, it's upside down. You know how I said that was like real easy? It totally is. But don't flip it. We would have reverse rolled. We would have. It would have been smarter. Because we just flipped it upside down. And it's a bad thing. So we're gonna check this over to make sure it's clean. People are stingy. Yeah, I'd argue I'm stingy too. A little bit. Like, it happens with everybody. When you don't know the value of something, like, you want window tint, right? But like, you don't know it. Like, people don't know anything about tint. So when you hit them with a price and it's just like sounds expensive, it's like, oh, why should I pay that much? And especially if they call around and people are lowballing. So everybody price shops a little bit, unless they just have an absurd amount of money to spend. So the real value is in trying to educate them in a very, very short amount of time. That's why Tint Wiz down there, I'm really excited about that. They give you the potential to do that. Okay, I guess we can reverse roll this one. So let's get it set up. So we still gotta clean the inside of this, but basic reverse roll would be peel it, lay it back down, and then peel the other side. I mean, I guess I could have peeled the whole thing almost. Connect it in the middle. And that way the whole liner is now loose, but it's floating on top of the pattern. So when we roll it up, whichever side you want to start unrolling from, like, so I'll roll this up and then I'll unroll from there towards this way. So this is a little magical how this works. I did not figure this out. I saw other people do it and it blew my mind. Because the concept is crazy. The liner will grab the other side of the roll as you're on, when you start to unroll it, and so it'll unroll itself onto the glass. So this is the top here, so we need to remember that. So we can just leave our pattern sitting there. It's all set, ready to go. And then we can take some time, play with some toys. Merry Christmas, everybody. Got you a Lego set, an ice cream stop. What? It's great. It's clean though. It's very clean. It's very new. So that's a good thing. We always like brand new clean vehicles. All right. Oh, can I not like grab the... I'm grabbing the towel that I put on top of the roll to keep it from unrolling. I need to stop that. Autonomous, are those toys for me? Yes, yes, they're tips for tinting their vehicle. If you get up to my level, you start getting free toys instead of money. Like what? Oh, that'd be a weird thing. All right, so let's watch this magical shit go on. All right, so we need to start this. It should just go. Unless it starts sticking. Alright, so here we go. It started to stick to itself. The comment was funny right then. I think they were applauding me for something, and then I didn't do a very good job peeling this. So right now, the liner is clinging to the other side of the roll. So as you unroll this, the liner is just sticking to the other side. So you can just unroll it. And then see, there's my liner. But it's trailing away, and that's the part I don't like about reverse rolling, that I'm still like trying to work on and get better at. Somebody asked what state I'm in. I'm in the Detroit, Michigan area. I wish I could totally advertise window tinting on YouTube, but it's so global. It's like people message me and they find me from other places. I think I might have to just make videos and title them like Detroit, Michigan or something like that, and that might help with some local advertising. It should anyways. Because when I post a video, it all of a sudden pops up in like video searches when people Google it. That would probably be a good tip for anybody that wants to do local tint advertising. Start titling stuff locally. So your city, your state, your business. Because I guarantee you, not a lot of people are. Quarters are done. Now we can work on this back window. Take a coffee break. That would be nice. But I don't think we have time yet. So we got a little battery. How much battery we got? 28% battery, and we've been streaming. You're welcome, Deadlift. Show us a bottom load, Donnie asked. Donnie! Oh, we don't have a whole lot of time, do we? I saw your comment about the flat out, this thing. I saw your comment. I remember. Yeah, it's a good squeegee. So in the last stream, Donnie asked what's the difference between the orange crush and the flat out. So the flat out and the orange crush, they feel very similar, except the flat out's harder durometer. It's listed as a harder durometer, but it feels, like they say, like a medium hardness. So it's a little bit more rigid, but it's really, really good. I like it a lot. The orange crush is just softer. I'm pretty sure I literally left a roll of film in the back of this. No, I didn't. Where's my roll? You guys are all witness to my absent-mindedness now. I misplace things and it's always the last place that I look. So we're gonna do this back window, and we need to explain the spoiler. And we need to do it in the next 20 minutes or my GoPro will probably die. So, basically how this works is I can't just take the bottom lip of this film and press it up to the spoiler because we have these edges. So one thing that you can do is round these out a little bit more. But we need to do more than that. This will just maybe make it a little bit easier if you can guesstimate. So now what we need to do is actually take this film and just let it rest overlapping the spoiler. And we're going to cut it from the center out. And the way we're gonna do that is like, just keep all this loose and roll it up, just kind of press it in until you get to that pinch point, and then you're cutting right in between. Like you make a little slit, this is what I do. I make a little slit, and then I cut here. And so now I basically split these tension points here. So I'm gonna cut out from one side, I'm gonna cut out from the other, and we're gonna follow this pinch point on the spoiler. And as that's rolling, like, cause you relieved all that tension. So now your whole cut was like, the film is rolling in as you're making a cut. So you just can't like get too far ahead of yourself. And just be careful. Oh, it's got a drop off. So it's got a little edge here. Interesting. Same for this side. Actually, my dad did not teach me how to tint. He has an auto accessories company. So he's been in the tint business for a long time, but he's owner, not tinter. But that would be an interesting video from like where I started and how I got there, because it is a long a long journey. This is a really flat back window. Yeah, I used to work for his shop too. I was in the summertime still, so a lot of my videos were filmed there. That's how I got my whole start though, was the opportunity to work there and get started, and like it was by no means a career passion of mine, but I really liked the income that you can make off of it. I'm sure that's why most people do it. And then the other thing was the creativity that I had with video. It's one of those things that's very unique to media. So as somebody explain what he doing. So I'm tinting this back window. We just cut off the top and just shrinking what we can, but it's not a very curved window. So this whole top, I would normally just shrink this, but this back window is like so flat. It's really weird. So we're gonna cut everything off and I'm gonna curl the top. That would probably be the best way to do this right now. But yeah, I learned everything I know. Well, not everything, but that's where I got my start, was working at my dad's shop. And boy, I had to fucking hustle there. That's how I learned how to hustle. Like I was like a 3-hour tinner, 2.5 maybe. And then that shop really, really pushed me because he's all about high production. So that was not my favorite way to do it. But I tint cars now in like an hour and a half, so. Do I ship my glass aid internationally? Not at the moment, but Sun Distributing Direct.com, they sell it. So you can pick it up from there. They do international shipping, it's just expensive. So it's expensive, and the like customs form and shit like that. My website, the certified tinter website's not set up to do it, and I don't know a whole lot about websites, but I should probably just set up a Shopify for it, and then international would be much easier. So it's just another thing I gotta get around to. Would I teach you if you come to the shop one day in person? We can definitely try and set something up. The difficulty I've always had with teaching in person is the fact that I don't have my own place. So as soon as I have my own garage, that would be much easier to try and teach you. So hopefully I'll have one in February. But working out of somebody else's space, like we're taking up their real estate, their money potential, and unless they have a slow day like today, it's not exactly very fair to them, and they're not going to want to go for it. So the logistics in lining up the space is always the tricky part. Oh, somebody's long-time viewer. Thanks, man. Yeah, I used to do some vlogs. They're a lot of work. And I think these live streams are like my way to do my own personal take on a lot of things. And then also, like, you get to really see how this is and how I work, how things go. And we can actually have a real conversation. Videos are not good for that. If you get a shop and some vehicles, would I come to Ohio? It'd be expensive, mostly because of Like, I got a couple accounts that I would literally have to put on hold to come out there. And that's that's the other problem, is like maintaining and then an adventure out there. So it's possible. I actually do have I know for a fact I'm gonna be part of a training course out of Chicago. So there's this wonderful YouTube channel, Chicago Auto Pros. Check them out. They do more detailing and stuff like that. But they do like full PPF window tint. They're a fantastic channel. They put a lot of work into their videos. But they're gonna be running a window tinting course, like a three-day class, and they want me to co-teach that. So details will be out early next year for that. But that is for a fact coming. It was really nice to actually have, like, they line that up and asked me to be a part of it. And I was like, oh, yes, absolutely. That's super cool. Matt's gonna end up with a tint school instead of a shop. I hope to have more of a studio, believe it or not. So like, I just want to work from home, do a couple of cars, and like make videos and shit. That to me is like, I don't know. Busy shop would take away from a lot of this, unless I had like the right people working with me, and that's always been the challenge in this industry. It's really, really hard to find the right people to work with. Would I start my own school? Thank you for that message. You say I'm a really good teacher. I've thought about it a lot, and it's kind of been like an evolving plan. So I initially thought to open my own school someday, but I don't, as much as I'd love to do that, I don't think it's super viable with the way that all the videos are coming out and shit like that. So it's just one of those things. I really don't think there's as much of a demand. I think there are people that really want classes. So the way that I would like to set those up are like what I'm doing with Chicago Auto Pros. So I want to focus more on working with existing companies that have a space, and then going out there, you know, around the country, and like teaching a class at places rather than having my own place. It would be less expensive for everybody, and it would be more dynamic. So we could go where people are rather than people coming to me. So that's my plan. Now you know. But that's happening in March, so I'll be in Chicago in March, and I hope to be in Florida sometime there. I dropped the ball majorly, so I need to pick it back up. So this is how I do these. We just set them on the side panel, spray it, peel it, pick it up. So that's why there's no reason to like reverse roll it, because you can literally just pick it up and lay it, and it's just quick. It's quick, it's painless. Deadlift asks, would I give online classes to people online that are far away? You know, me and Patrick tried that. And like, we still have our site with like a library of videos, but like, man, we like, online stuff is like a hard sell, so it's got to make sense. I mean, I guess I could do like, I could 100% do like, I don't want to just say consultations, but like some type of like one-on-one FaceTime classes or something like that. That would be really good. The hard part is not being able to like directly handle the film and show you things like that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We gotta shift this down. That's a big no-no. We're like slightly, it's so hard to see here. Unfortunately, I squeegeed a lot of this out, and that's not a good thing. Tint therapy. I like it. Thanks you guys for all like the nice messages and stuff. Trying to plan out any type of a class has been something that I've tried to do for a long time. But it's just not something that like I quite know how to put together yet. If I tint from my garage, would customers need to drop off their cars? Yeah, that would be part of it for sure. And that'll, like, tinting from home will make it more difficult to acquire customers because you don't really want to publicly list your home address or something like that. So the idea of it is to like try and place in local areas and stuff like that, and then just try to connect on a different level than just like a drive-up tint shop or something. Have I ever done a tint job that people have not wanted to pay for? Yeah, it's pretty rare that it happens, but like, yeah, it has happened. So like when I was first learning, oh, who cares about listing license plates? Does anybody, like, you're on the road with a public license plate. Like, I don't, it's a weird thing. Nobody cares. So the, oh, I lost my train of thought now because of that. Damn it. I'm sorry. We're finishing this up though. Yay. No catastrophic failures from this one. I think we're pretty low on battery though. God, I'm really annoyed I forgot what that question was. Oh yeah, real quick. So I remember the question now. So I did a Chevy Nova, like an old Chevy Nova when I was like, had been tinting for like 6 months. And I told them right off the bat, like, I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I've never tinted this before and it looks really difficult. And then I tinted, like, spent like almost the entire day on it. And the customer is still very unhappy with the job. Like, this was when I was at my dad's. He came out, he looked at the job, he thought it was pretty good. But overall, it just didn't, like, it didn't fly with the customer, and they ended up refunding them, and it was like this whole big ordeal. And yeah, that's the one that sticks out of my head. Autonomous says there's this guy that tells you how to swap a GoPro battery. I know it, right? 0 downtime. It's awesome. And here I am talking about a GoPro battery. So my charger, I think, is in my car because I forgot to bring it inside. So I oh no, I've got the laptop charger. Oh, I could do this. I could probably do this. But they're waiting. They're waiting on this car, so I don't have much time. Ooh. Oh, here, let me put my hat on. Ooh, live stream here, it's good. Jaybird says, I was talking about live stream classes. Yeah, I mean, realistically, if somebody, like, I don't know what to charge for a live stream class. It's hard to, like, you know, I would prefer a situation like this where I have a car, right? So I guess I could do it from my little apartment garage. If anybody is interested in like a one-on-one type of thing, I guess hit me up. I have no idea how to charge for it. And I have no idea, like, you know, they're not going to be much different than this other than it's one-on-one. So I guess if there's any interest, yeah, shoot me an email, but it's definitely not on the agenda. Just, that's the way I ran my first class though. first and only class was Sticky Tints out of Wisconsin. They reached out to me and asked if I would, and then managed to set something up. So it's possible. It's 100% possible, but just difficult. It's difficult to when you don't have your own space. Yeah. Charging, like, thanks, Graham. Yeah, charging, like, Cash App, PayPal. Yeah, getting paid for it wouldn't be hard. It's just, like, what do you actually charge for the time? Was really my question. Because I don't want to be, like... it's got to be worth the time to do it, or else it's just... I think people misunderstood. Yeah, it was not about accepting payments. It, like, that's the easy part. I know how to do that. The thing is, like, how much do you charge for your time? That's always the thing. Because I don't want to come off as, like, overly expensive. Somebody said $30 an hour. To be honest, $30 an hour, I'm not interested. Like, just $30 an hour, I make more tinting windows and getting my other projects done. So that's where it's like, you know, this truck here is a great example, right? How long did this realistically take me? And I'm making $180 from it. So it needs to be enough for me to be interested, and it also needs to be enough where it's worth the time that it's taking up because of what else is going on. So that establishes a commitment, that establishes like a strong commitment, and that it's a bunch of things. So it's not that I wouldn't be passionate about doing it. It's just like, this also has to make sense from a financial standpoint, or else it's just like it'll get pushed aside. I've seen it happen with too many projects that I've tried to do. So 65 an hour, that's definitely more realistic. Somebody said 80 an hour. Like, a real training class is going to cost you $300-400 a day, but that's like an upfront commitment over the period of, like, actually it's more like 400. It's more like 400 per day for like an in-person class on average. So like, online could definitely be less expensive, and you don't have to travel, and it could be more affordable for the time. So yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If anybody's interested, I guess email me, but it is not a priority right now. Oh, like, a good example too, real quick, is like these live streams, right? So the live streams, yeah, they don't make, like, it's the sponsorships. That's like what carries these things along. But also, it's like, it's the potential. So it's the potential to also grow a little bit on YouTube. It's the potential to actually be able to talk to you guys on a larger scale. And I'm still making money doing this. So all that together makes these make a lot of sense. So Michigan Tinter Unite. Hey, what's up, Matt? Yeah, dude, I'm in Michigan, Detroit area. Time is money, and it took years to perfect. That's a big thing, yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I say whatever I can in videos and live streams and platforms and stuff like that. So yeah, been tinting now, I think, like, shit, we'll be going on 12 years this year. It's crazy. They're probably asking me. Just touch-ups.
Okay, good. So you can start rigging her up?
Yeah, let me just make sure it's all wiped down, and then it's all good to go.
Okay, thank you.
You're just coming back to ask about it. All right, so we are pretty much done, and we got like 4% left on this battery, so we're gonna have to end things. I wish I had a little bit more time for Q&A. they got me to, hang on, maybe we can do an after party. Oh wait, no, my laptop's gonna die too. 11%. Yeah, I gotta, okay, I'm sorry. I gotta end it. So, if I have my charger for my laptop too, because that's gonna cut out the text-to-speech thing. So, between both, I'll get better at this. I just need a little bit more pre-planning, and I was distracted with everything else that I was trying to set this up too. So, as you saw, 20% Avery on the whole thing. So it turns it into limo on the back, 20 on the front doors. It's beautiful. Just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for those of you that shared this on Facebook. That was, as you saw, hugely impactful on absolutely everything. So that's just that's really cool. We'll mess around with that more in the future live streams. Next week, we should be live on Tuesday. I do have a job on Monday that I might go live for, so we'll see on that, but should be for sure on Tuesday. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are amazing. Like, this was super cool. So I'll see you guys in the next one.